Welcome back, adventurers, once again, to the world of survival horror that is Let's Play Biohazard Real Survival. In the last episode, Jill Valentine managed to circumvent the final areas of the mansion, which of course were teeming with hunters, and to the victor go the spoils, the coal python and the battery, both of which are essentially useful in their own way. The battery is useful for progression, while the coal python magnum is very useful for combat. I'll take the bazooka with me from now and leave the coal python and its ammo for the time being. I think I might take the Beretta with me after all. Don't think I need anything else. Next order of business is actually to make sure that battery goes where it's supposed to. And back outside we go. Back into the world of survival horror and danger. But for all intents and purposes, adventurers, we are essentially done for with the mansion for the moment. Though we will be doing some more item rearranging in the immediate future, because this is after all still real survival. There is a hunter. Unfortunately, we weren't damaged too badly. Which, back to the Beretta. Yep. Just as there was a hunter lurking around when we returned to the mansion, there was a hunter waiting for us upon our exit, so to speak. And there are some herbs up here, but we're going to leave those for the time being. Because we need to put that battery to good use. That means going through the water passage yet again, and navigating our way back through the snakes. If you will recall, I left the crank in the dormitory save box, and hopefully I don't get poisoned by these raging snakes. And Jill with a victory once again. Jill 1, snakes 0. Now we have to fight the dogs that I've left down here. But fortunately I have enough grit and ammo to deal with them this time. Oh! That's the dogs. Get your breath back even though you're dead essentially. Oh, and I'm on danger. Hi, I'm on danger. Well, that didn't go so well. I blame the darkness for my poor aim, as well as the fact that need I remind you that Jill is not quite as skilled marksman as Chris. Now, we didn't explore this area beforehand when we ran through the dogs the first time. The water is running from the upper water passage. There's something in the back. Now, if we use the crank... Well, I should elaborate, when we used the crank the first time, we opened the water passage and let the water run out through here. If we close the hatch again, the water will be cut off at the top, and the water passage will be full again as it was before. So we could very well easily just, in reality, go behind the waterfall and circumvent this altogether, but video game logic dictates that we actually revert the water passage to its previous state. That means using the crank again on the top level. And this elevator down here, as we've shown before, does not work. Because, well, the power source, aka the battery, had been removed at the time. But with it, we can now move the elevator, which is exactly what we're going to do. Nothing major indeed. The elevator is now working again, as we've now demonstrated. Which basically means that we no longer have to worry about running through the snakes. I think I'll get those herbs now. Now that I have a bit more space in my inventory to make up for the, actually really wishing I didn't actually have to use those other mixed herbs, but I done goofed on that front, which is not surprising since I'm, yeah, still a bit rusty. It's been a while. By that I mean, you know, doing 2 separate Let's Plays at once, doing the Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero Let's Plays, which are visual novels, and then going back to something like Biohazard, which is completely different in terms of gameplay style. A bit hard to get used to, but I don't think I'll manage. Next order of business is retrieving the items from the dormitory save room, because after all I am still holding myself to real survival standards, and I think I shall combine 2 of these green herbs together and take the other one just in case. So we're not entirely SOL on healing items at the moment, and we still have a couple of first aid sprays. But for all intents and purposes, we are essentially done with the major aspect of the grounds of the Arklay Mansion. Believe it or not, we are past the halfway point of Biohazard. But our troubles are not over yet, adventurers. I think we can actually safely say fairly well to the Beretta once and for all at this point. And take those explosive rounds, reload the trusty grenade launcher. I know I'll probably still say bazooka because it's Biohazard 1, but it's still the grenade launcher. And what I wanted was the crank. I'll put away the herbs for now as well, just in case, because I actually do need to shift those items. And I think I'll put away the shotgun for the moment. Actually, I don't want to put away the shotgun for the moment. I'll put away the bazooka and arm myself again, just in case. Back to the mansion we go, because since I'm not using universal item boxes, I have to go back to the other item box, just in case. Having cleared out most of the threats in my path, I will be running back. I know it's fairly boring to watch, but as I believe I mentioned before, I don't believe that anyone else has done a classic version of, or rather, a real survival run of the classic version of the early Resident Evil games. Maybe they have, I'm not entirely sure on that, but my real survival run of Biohazard is slightly different for Biohazard LP. Before I head back into the mansion, I'm going to head back to the water passage and close it off with the crank. Otherwise I would have wasted my time for nothing. So we no longer have to go through this area, which is fantastic. So no more poisonous snakes. Down it goes, and the water is filled up again. Why it doesn't overflow is beyond me. But this way is closed off to us for now, which is what we want, because now the waterfall is open, down on the lower level. Which means we are on the verge of actually going into yet another area of the courtyard, which is I am genuinely not looking forward to. Definitely not looking forward to whatsoever. There's an ominous pall of doom hanging over my shoulders right now. If you honestly thought that the trek back to the mansion was tough, the toughness is not over. It only goes downhill from here, adventurers. But, is there any sign of Barry and the others? Hopefully they find us at some point. And we still haven't come across Chris either, since he mysteriously vanished so long ago. I want the first aid spray, I want the ammo disc, I want the Doom book, and I want those. Might take the ink ribbon with me as well. I'll leave the crank up in here for now. Probably going to regret it later. And I'm not going to, yeah, as I said, I'm moving these item boxes from one area to another. I'm not going to be taking them with me for the rest of this adventure, because that would be stupid. That would definitely be stupid. But with that, the mansion is at our heels once more, this time for good. Fairly well, mansion. It was fun while it lasted, but as I've said before countless times in this LP series, the mansion is neither your friend nor your sanctuary, in any way, shape or form. Feeling honestly quite nervous now. Sorry for the rather stilted, stale commentary at the moment, but it's in this interim moment, it's actually hard to find things to actually genuinely talk about. But things will pick up again in the immediate future. I promise you that will certainly be the case. We are one step closer to our ultimate goal, which is getting out of Arklay alive. And hopefully when we make it back to Raccoon City, things can only get better. Keeping our fingers crossed on that one. Wonderful save room theme. It's been too long. Let's see now. The cold python in here, and all the stuff. And I'm going to take herbs. Trust me, am I going to take herbs? And combine the equipment as well, which is always important. Combat knife will stay where it is. Don't really need it. Do I or do I not want to having that extra ink ribbon, having that extra herb will definitely help. That it will. Probably going to regret that, but why not? Oh. Definitely not looking forward to going through the next area, but go there we must in order to actually progress. Otherwise we'll be stuck here, and that's definitely not an option at this point. That sound of silence means that the waterfall is stopped, which means we can now access the ladder once again. Once again, why we couldn't go behind here before, I don't know. But there is a ladder here. Will we descend it? Yes. Yes, we shall. In this area, below the water passage, lieth the underground. A truly ominous place indeed. Sound of dripping water and lack of music. But we do have some underground ambience. You can save your progress with this. Will you use the ink ribbon? Yes, I shall. Gate save. Let's just explore our immediate surroundings. But we can't actually go any further because the hole is opened and we can't jump over it. There is a door over there that maybe I should have gotten a crank. Although this crank slot seems to have a excuse me. Can't pronounce the words lately. Hexagonal hole, and the crank that we have that we had was a square crank, so it's actually pretty fortuitous that we didn't bring that with us. The only way is forward, and the only way forward is through this door. Let us go through it and see what lies on the other side.
Oh, Jill, what good timing. A moment ago I heard someone's voice coming from this hole. Let's go together since it's dark and we can't see very well.
Well, that is a very fortuitous turn of events, given the fact that Barry managed to overcome video game logic by going through the waterfall when we had to circumvent it by using the crank to block off the water passage. But Barry presents an interesting conundrum. Or rather choice, because we have the opportunity to go with him or not. We definitely need him on our side at this point.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, then I'm gonna cover you. Let's hurry. Hey, are you all right? I can go first if you want me to.
We have the option to let him go first or not. It's probably safer if we do, because we actually need his magnum as well.
Oh, yes, please. I'm a little nervous.
Since I left
I
mine
understand.
upstairs.
It may be more dangerous if you come behind me. Be careful.
Oh.
Off he goes then, and apologies for the emulation glitches, but, well, I think we will follow him, I suppose.
Barry?
Oh god, combat! Gotta get after him quickly. You alright, Barry? Heard gunfire.
That was too close. Let's go together.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, then I'm gonna cover you. Let's hurry!
Sorry again for the emulation glitch, courtesy of Bandicam, but you thought we were done with hunters. No, we are not done with hunters. There are hunters in the underground as well. We have Barry on our side, who's managed to defeat a hunter. Unfortunately, he used two, ooh, this is, Barry's blocking the way here, but there is two items here. There's a first aid spray, which we will definitely need, but just as important are explosive rounds. Well, we're gonna have to come back for those. There doesn't appear to be any hunters around here. That was the door we came from, I think. Pretty sure it was. Or nope, I'm stuck against the wall. Looking on our trusty mini-map, this appears to be a long corridor of sorts. Okay, this is the doors that no, actually this door is the lower part of that corridor. Where does this door lead? Yeah, it's a very good thing that we actually decided to follow Barry when we did. Good thing he's standing by here.
Is that Jill?
Is that voice Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
Wait there! Are you with anybody, Jill?
What? Oh, yes!
Enrico!
So, Barry and Jill together.
Are you all right, Enrico?
The stars are doomed. Someone is a traitor. Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella. Ha!
Enrico!
Oh.
Well, that was truly unfortunate. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Enrico Marini, the sub-captain of STARS and the captain of the Bravo team, who was alive up until this point, but has now met the same fate as his comrades, unfortunately. Barry is investigating. He couldn't have moved because of this injury. He's holding something. And it's a handgun clip, which is pretty much useless to us since I no longer intend on using the Beretta from this moment onwards. But since there are hunters here, I'm going to use the bazooka for the moment. But yeah, that is truly unfortunate indeed. Enrico Marini has perished. Another STARS Bravo team member bites the dust. And it seems that he figured out the conspiracy that was being conducted by White Umbrella, possibly involving the corporation itself, now that I think about it. But there are more pressing concerns. Hunters are down below here, and that mysterious assailant that assassinated Enrico, which means that we are not alone here in the depths of Arklay after all. There is someone other than us wandering around the estate. But when we return, adventurers, we shall leave Barry here with Enrico, and we shall continue exploring the underground, and hopefully surviving it. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.